Yo, what's going on, guys? It's your boy Kimbo here, and this is going to be a little bit of a special video. I'm going to try to limit it to 10 minutes, but this video is going to be discussing skits in general. I'm just going to call it hashtag skits. So with this, going to explain some things. Maybe people might not know about the skits that I've done. Anybody who doesn't know, I mean, I know I've said it a lot. If you don't know what skits are, they're Skittles. Like, I call them beyblade Skittles, as in skits, as in, like, my own type of, basically, show. Like, not really anime, well, like, kind of show, you know, with a story and everything, a plot, all that good stuff that I've recorded. So, um, guess just getting into it. You know, I started doing the skits around like 2014. You know, I mean, it was like mainly me and Unicorn Extreme GT were the main ones like doing skits big time, you know, and just seeing some of his skits got big time inspired, and you know, made some of my own skits, and then, you know, you would make some, I'd make some, and, you know, you could just tell like there was definitely the vibe right there. um but yeah, just started with like a small series, obviously, that being with like the whole thing with like Nemesis and El Drago facing off, because like how they did in the show, and then my actual El Drago got broken. Then I'm like, you know what, I'm making a skit about this, and it's gonna come back and it's gonna wreck Nemesis, I don't care. And then that's how it kind of started. And then had like a mini series with Bull, because I'm like, I had to make my own character, and, you know, have the voices, and yes, this is an actual voice, like there's no voice thing with it. I make all the voices of all the characters that are in the skits. You know, that's how I do it. You know, I did some like voice acting and such. Well, a little bit of not just voice acting, like, well, kind of voice acting when I was in college. You know, like play acting. You know, I acted a little bit in college, but it definitely helped out with, like, you know, just getting my own style for the skits and all that good stuff. But yeah, so like started with that, and then after like that small series, I'm like, you know what? I really want to make this into a big time series. So it was after like my family and I moved to like where we live now, not this place, but like another place in like this complex that, you know, I live in. But that's when I started the actual big time series, and then that's when I had Orion, Sagittario, Susan, Bull, all four of those bays being like kind of the main characters, because like the main family. And then you had all the other bays that came in, like Unicorno, and then a bunch of other bays coming in. And then the theme was like they trained during the summer, like, you know, the good old days in the summer, and then they ended up going out to college. After they went out to college, you know, they split up, and then they wanted to gain power, like, you know, it's being at the college, gain some more power. Um, and then they all split up on their own journeys. During all those own journeys, I had to go to different areas. Like, literally, I would go on a trip myself to like New York City for like my college and such. I would make a skit while I was there, you know, and you could see that, like the Big Apple one, you know, episode 48. You know, I even named like some exact episodes, but yeah, where it's centered around Orion. It was also funny because the Aquila that I had in that episode, the theme was like Aquila fell down and like kind of got knocked out and woke up. I actually dropped the Aquila down the escalator. I dropped it from the top down on the escalator because it fell, because I had it set up and it like slipped, because it rolled over and it slipped down. And then I hid because I was like, oh god, somebody else got hit by it. And then like they took it and actually put it down in like the Toys R Us section at the bottom. This was when the Toys R Us was open in New York City, the giant Toys R Us. It was down there at the bottom. I had to go down and get it, and then I grabbed it and I started filming again. That was one of the definite wildest moments of this skit. But yeah, you know, and then just how all the characters split up. Like, some of them came home, some of them obviously went to the city, and just went all around, you know. And like just a big time plot with that. And then all the bays coming together for Skit 100, you know, had a wedding with all the bays, because I'm like, I gotta have a wedding, you know. And then Bull and Wolf got married, and then a bunch of people got married, and then like that set up for like the evil plot, the evil bays coming in, like Nemesis coming in. Nemesis was always a part of it, but it's like Nemesis got reborn, and then like after Nemesis was like getting reborn, trying to take the power, making his own ministry so he could have bays that like took power from the other bays and sent them down to Hades. And then meanwhile, like the bays are all getting stronger, fighting other bays and such. But then also there's the evil dragon that's showing up, and that dragon represents the dark power. Like, you know how Ryuga kind of got rid of the dark power when he launched El Drago into the volcano. The thing I added on was that like it didn't really get destroyed. It really didn't get destroyed from that. And it just continued to linger and then create its own being. And then it showed up with this. And the dark power was reborn. And then, you know, you have two evils with this. So the god of destruction, and then also the evil dragon, the cyborg dark dragon, that's what I call it. you know, them both getting stronger, and big time lead up to the point where all the bays are evolved and they're all trying to take out these evils, but then the evils get fully evolved, and then just all these big time battles that are going on, and then bays are constantly being taken down because these evils are just that strong. Like how strong Nemesis was in breaking all the bays, then it came down to the very last few bays. Literally, Wolf was, Wolf being the only one that wasn't taken down. And then Bull was taken down originally, but then Baze and Hades used their power, bring Bull back. Bull evolved into the ultimate Bull, and then the battle at the very end, and then that's all she wrote, you know, with the good guys winning, and then a little bit of an epilogue, and that's when they had the babies, like, you know, because everybody was wondering about like the baby skit, because that's how it started though, was with Unicorno, because everybody wanted to see his baby skit, and then they're like, Kimbo, you gotta have a baby skit, like what the heck, and I saved it for the very end of it, for the very end of the series, and then made the baby skit, but then the bays donated the rest of their power, and the only ones that were left were the kids. So that's why only the 3 bays were shown off at the end, and that's how the first series ended. Basically wrapped up all of that with that. But yeah, but obviously with the 0G series, what I'm doing now, it's obviously starts off with those kids. It starts off with like them getting stronger, a bunch of 0G bays getting stronger from like the college, because like the bays there evolved, the new generation showed up there, and then they all graduated from the different sectors. They all came together, then all the bays finally came together, had the big time battles, and then more and more bays continuing to join. Like, you know, when I actually went out for the first invitational, that's when I included the Inferno Kerbex and put that in, and then like included a bunch of other different bays, and constantly just recorded everywhere, you know, like literally I shot the skits in Albany, you know, yeah, like Albany, shot the skits down in NYC, made the skits in Texas when I went on the Texas trip last year, made the skits out in LA on countless times, like multiple times, recorded for the skits while I've been out in LA, even this last trip. And, you know, it's been like kind of not really internet, like a domestic, except like a very wide domestic type of series, because I recorded throughout the country, you know. So yeah, and also with them, a lot of like myself, like my own personality and such, has gone into some of the characters big time, and some of the characters have represented me, just like some snippets, and you could tell with some of them, if you really know me like as a person, you could tell which characters I put like big time like myself into them. Some might be like kind of shocked about, but yeah, but also including you guys with them, you know. Whenever I had like custom knockout tournaments, I'm sure you guys remember all the custom knockout tournaments that I had, like CKT3 on, you know, whenever I got the base for those and you guys made the combos, I included those combos with the skits. Like they were the stock combos, and you guys were those combos in the skits. I'm like, if you get entered in this, it doesn't matter if you win or such, you're getting put in the skits, because I want you guys to be represented as well. Also representing some big time, you know, Baytubers with them too. I mean, Unicorno Extreme with his Unicorno. The Phantom Virgo, that was the mother of the bays in the first series, that represented JoJo. Like, there's a lot that, like, a lot of them got represented and such, you know. I represent a lot of people with them, with the skits. It's always been about inclusiveness with them while also telling the story, you know. And it's the same thing with these skits. You know, I started these skits out, like, you know, with the different sectors and such. The 4th sector, I had a CKT when I was visiting my college with 0G bays, and then included all those bays with the skits. You know, some of them have evolved into some of the bays that are, like, synchromes now, you know, because obviously the theme is, like, they've gotten stronger. Some evolved into synchromes because their bond came together, and some of the other bays, like, evolved themselves, and now leading up to this finale. Well, that's a basic big-time wrap-up for it. If you guys want to see the actual events for them, go back and check out the series. They're both here, you know. The first skit series is all done. The second one is almost all done. Setting up for this finale, just figured I'd tell you guys a little bit of a backstory if you haven't seen them. So anytime you look at them, it's like this is a part of a cohesive story. This is just one episode of a gigantic series. So yeah. Some people have gone back and told me they've gone back and watched some of the skits, so definitely appreciate it. And like a lot of work goes into them, because like I said, it's literally a story. It's supposed to be meant to be like seasons 5 and 6 of MFB in my own world, so paying homage to a lot of characters with them, even some characters that didn't get a ton of limelight, even expanding on their stories a little bit. Heck, there's some if I can talk, there's some characters that I'm going to be expanding on their stories even more with this finale. then I'll have some people shook about it. If they're big fans of MFB and you know everything about it and you watch that series big time, you'll get some of the references right away. But yeah, and some of them you could tell, you know, the references. Some I just, you know, I'll sit there during the premiere because I always premiere them, and I'll tell you guys like some of the references I had in mind when I was acting or did this certain thing or had this certain bay say a certain thing or have this certain bay come back. Like, you know, the symbolism behind that, because I'm a person that likes putting big time symbolism and such in it, because I like making people think, you know, with the story and such. But yeah, so that's basically everything I wanted to say about the skits. Just that, like, I've said it before, like my channel is a lot like my diary, and you know, just being an artist, express myself artistically sometimes in ways that people might not originally like normally understand. But if you look at like the symbolism behind things and then you see like the actions or such, you could tell some of the things that like I put myself into or express like my feelings and such with some of the characters and such, especially with how passionate you get with like some of the scenes, you know. But yeah, just wanted to explain that for anybody who hasn't understood the skits, because I know some people just watch the skits and they're like, what the heck is this? What's going on? Are you being weird? Are you sucking your thumb or something? You weirdo. And I'm like, no, this is my skit series. This is just an episode of it. And yeah, but now we're at the finale for this, and I just want to make this video because it's that big, and I want to hype you guys up for it, because you guys know how the finales go. The last finale was insane, to the point where all the episodes were like, some of them were at an hour long almost, because there's so much was happening. They won't be that long because there isn't that many bays with this one. But yeah, they're going to be big time episodes, and a lot of things are going to go down, and it's going to be wild, man. And if you're wondering, they're like 95% improv, 5% like a little bit of plot in my head, you know. But 95% of it's like I just think of it on the spot. Like whatever happens, I go with it. You know, and that's just how it goes, you know, no written script or anything. I just go with it. I set up the tripod, the scene, everything, and I just go with what I've got. So yeah, that's how I usually do it anyways. But yeah, that's how I've always done it. Never written anything down for the skits. But yeah, just want to let you guys know that, so you know what to really kind of get ready for with this finale, and also to get ready for with the burst skits, because it's going to be the same thing. Going to be putting you guys in big time, be paying big time homage to the burst series. You know, a lot of the events that happened in it, or at least a few of them, you'll be able to get them right away, and more people will understand them because it's like a newer series. But yeah, you know, it's gonna be really, really awesome, man. So hope you guys are looking forward to it, and just wanted to explain that. And also, this is kind of the swan song for me for MFB, because obviously starting my channel almost 8 years ago with MFB, doing all the battles and such, and also just with the skits, nothing left to really prove after that. So, you know, you'll be seeing like basically like an MFB collection update afterwards. You'll be seeing one last thing I have planned with MFB afterwards, but that will be it for it. So yeah, anybody who wants to see big time MFB content or enjoys big time MFB content, watch the skits and such. And yeah, and that's why I say just definitely enjoy it, because you know it'll show that like there's not much left to prove with it. I mean, considering it's 2020 and I'm still doing big time MFB. So yeah, anyways, that is it for the video, you guys. Hopefully this clears up things for the skits, even tells a little bit of the backstory with things for it. And yes, like they do link into like the actual show, because some of the events go based off of like they pay homage to events that happened in the show. You know, like 7 years since like the first skit series, when that ended, 7 years this one's set, the Zero G series, and that's homage obviously to Zero G happening 7 years after the Nemesis crisis. You know, those type of references. You know, there's a lot of them. Just go back and watch the series and you'll get a lot of them. But yeah, and also they're so long that if you were to sit there and watch the entire series through, it'll take you a bit of time, because there's so many episodes. I worked hard on it, you know. Anybody who's been a long-time fan for a long time knows. But yeah, anyways, guys, hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, be sure to slice that like button down below. Let me know how I did. Hopefully you guys are really, really hyped for the skits, because they're going to be awesome, man. And it makes me tear up, because I know this is basically the final setup for the MFB skits, and emotions, big time emotions. But yeah, if you enjoyed, be sure to slice that like button down below. Let me know how I did. If you're new to my channel, definitely be sure to subscribe for some epic content, because I upload daily. And if you haven't already, be sure to ring that bell by my channel name to be notified whenever I upload a video. 15 minutes, not too bad, especially explaining like over 290 episodes in about 15 minutes. But yeah, at least the basic thin plot of it. You want to see the in-depth details of things, just go back and watch the skits, man, because I worked really hard on them. But yeah, till next time, it's your boy Kimbo signing off. See you guys later. Thanks for watching. Get hyped for the skits. They're coming soon, and it's about to get really wild. But till then, stay awesome and cool. Shoot. Or let it rip. I'm up out of here.